This is the OTP. I'm Amie Wells, and we are joined today by Taylor Zarzour. Taylor, it's so good to have you here.
Tighten up.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about as the Titans are getting ready to take on the Seattle Seahawks at Nissan Stadium. Kickoff is at noon, which we love. It's fixing to be a beautiful day.
It looks like it.
Which I'm really excited about. Back-to-back lovely days. But fall in Nashville is just the best. And I've said that everywhere, but I feel like we're getting a good dose of it.
We are getting some rain this week, but we'll get this out of there, and we will have a beautiful forecast for you on the Pinnacle sidelines on Sunday.
Yes. Well, I know we don't want to linger on it too much because it's been a while now, but since we have you here, I do want to talk a little bit about the Titans matchup against the Texans, because while the Titans didn't get the win that they were ultimately looking for, there were a lot of good things that came out of that game. So I would like to get one or two of your just overall thoughts or reactions to that game that the Titans had that really we all kind of walked away going, okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be just one emotion. It'd be a number of them.
Okay.
Certainly heartbreak would be at the top of the list. I love the fact that the Titans have had chances to win these games. Legitimate chance to beat the Chargers, and you walked away from it saying, gosh, if they just would have punched it into the end zone and scored and then not given up a 99-yard scoring drive, they really could have, should have won the game. And then there were more feelings like that in this one, Amie. That, man, the Titans had a number of chances to win the game, which is better than getting blown out and getting dominated and not having any chance to win the game. And, you know, the fourth quarter feels like, okay, the game's gotten away from you. So it was nice to be in the fight for 60 minutes, but it was heartbreaking that a guy that kicked for you a month ago in a backup role, Matthew Wright, kicks the game winner, the 3rd and 16 that the Titans gave up on that last drive. Those were heartbreaking. But to your point, there were some real signs in this game to me. Starting with our quarterback, our rookie quarterback, Cam Ward, leading the team on a 95-yard scoring drive in the fourth quarter when Calvin Ridley has this terrible season-ending injury, when Chim Dike had to leave the game, when Elikai Manor got banged up. You're down so many pieces, and your quarterback was sensational on that last drive, utilizing Gunnar Helm, using his legs, throwing an absolute seed down the field on 3rd and long to Chig to set up the game-tying touchdown to Van Jefferson. All those things are really good signs, and so that was extremely promising to me. The other thing would be, really with the exception of a quarter or so, we have not seen T'Vondre Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons line up next to each other on the Titans' defensive line for an entire game. I remember the Patriots game and you getting on the microphone and saying, Jeff Simmons is banged up at the beginning of the game. And to get him back in the game playing at such a Pro Bowl level next to such a really good interior defensive lineman in Sweat, that allowed Arden Key, who came back, to have 2 sacks. It allows Cedric Gray to have double-digit tackles again. Cody Barton had a huge play to get off the field in the first quarter. So Denard Wilson's defense, I thought, played extremely well, shut out the Texans in the first half. There were some really good signs I saw from the defense, and there were some really good signs I saw from our rookie quarterback. So with all that being said, I firmly believe the Titans are going to win some games here on out. And I think they're going to put themselves in position to win games on a weekly basis.
You had started the broadcast against the Texans talking about how you were hoping that we were going to see Cam do a little bit more running, using his legs a little bit more. And that's exactly what happened. He had 33 rushing yards, which was the most that he had had since week 4. So we really saw him moving a little bit more. And it just creates different options for the offense, right?
It does, and it creates different options for the offense, Amie, but it also forces the secondary of the opposition. And the Texans, in my opinion, have the best. I mean, statistically, they have the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, I
think they are. I think they're the best defense in the National Football League. I think that's what your eyes tell you. That's what Coach Mack's eyes tell you. And when you take off 4 different times like he did in the game, that means that the safeties have to play you different on every play. This guy could take off. We can't just go double an outside receiver here down the field. We have to pay attention to this quarterback. He might take off. So it does. It changes the way that a defense has to play you. And I think it'll change. And I think the Seahawks will watch that, and they'll say, we have to be mindful that this guy could take off. So, yeah, I've wanted to see that. I think instinctually it's been hard for Cam because that guy has a howitzer for an arm, and he wants to make every throw. But as he's been coached, and as he would tell you, I got to take off. And the fact that his instincts told him take off, I think is a really good sign for the rest of the season.
Let's talk about the wide receivers a little bit, because going forward into this matchup with the Seahawks, there's a little bit of a question mark there in that group because there's a lot of injuries. That room has been just wrecked with the injury bug right now. It is rampant in there. So Calvin Ridley breaks his leg, season-ending injury, he's done. Bryce Oliver was moved to injured reserve earlier this week. Alec Iomanner is battling a hamstring injury. Good news, Chimere Dike, who we thought could have a concussion, does not. No. He is fine. He's battling a little bit of a chest contusion, but seems to be okay, so that's a great sign. But holy smokes, TZ, what are we going to do at the wide receiver position?
Well, and I like how you just laid all that out. I've been watching Jim practice this week and have paid close attention to him on Wednesday and Thursday. This guy is a warrior, and he's everything you'd want. And like you said, I think he'll be fine to go on Sunday and be able to play at a high level. So that's huge that you get him out there. Van Jefferson has had an increased role as the season has gone along, and he's really played well. I've had a chance to spend some time with Van on the practice field, and he came up to me a couple weeks ago, and he said, hey, man, I love how you always say Brentwood, Tennessee's Van Jefferson. I said, can you hear that? He goes, no, it's gotten back to me. And I was like, nice. Because, I mean, the guy gets to play at home for the first time in his career. His dad obviously was connected to the Titans, and he grew up here. But him playing at a higher level is huge for the Titans. I would watch out for two guys this week. James Prochet, who we've seen quite a bit of so far this season. I would look for him to be a real factor, maybe catching interior routes from Cam this week. And another guy's Mason Kinsey. Mason is somebody that is a really good special teamer. He's a guy that you can find all over the field. And we saw Cam try to find him down the field a couple of times. They're going to get more reps in practice, and I think their timing will improve this week. So I'd watch out for those guys. But you're right. It's that's been, Jeff getting banged up, Arden getting banged up, missing time on defense hurts. J.C. Latham missing time on offense earlier this season hurt. But you're right. And with a rookie quarterback, ideally, you'd really like to see some stability at the wide receiver position. And all season, the Titans have been banged up with that group. So hopefully all these guys get through this game unscathed and can play at a high level for Cam.
Talk to me about the tight ends group a little bit and how we can lean on them to kind of fill the void but also make an impact in their own right.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned that because I was going to go there. I didn't want to sell the receivers short, but I wanted to go there. And I think that Gunnar Helm is now a starting tight end in the National Football League. And what you're going to see a lot of, Amie, is you're going to see a lot of Gunnar and Chig Okonkwo on the field at the same time. You're going to see two tight ends out there. We've seen it quite a bit, but I think you're going to see it even more now moving forward. And, Chig is the leading receiver. He has 32 catches this season for the Titans, and Gunnar has 24. I think in these next few weeks, it wouldn't surprise me if those guys lead the team in receiving. And I think that you'll see Cam look their way a lot. Chig is a guy that's caught more than 50 balls every year he's played in the league. Had a massive catch, obviously, in this last game against the Texans. I'm just telling you, Gunnar Helm is this guy is the real deal. We had some really good picks throughout the draft that Mike Borgonzi and his front office selected this year. And I really think none better than Gunnar Helm in the 4th round of the University of Texas.
Well, you had a chance to sit down and talk to Gunnar Helm, and I would love to share that with the OT people. So here is that. Here is your interview, Taylor Zarzour, with rookie tight end Gunnar Helm.
Good to have a great tight end in the facility with us here, into the studio, by the way. Gunnar Helm, number 84 for your Tennessee Titans. Gunnar, how's it being a rookie in the National Football League?
Has his moments for sure. I think that's the short answer. Yeah, I mean it's ups and downs and trying to find your footing and work yourself into a new culture, new scheme, new offense. Surround yourself in a whole new city with new coaches. So there's a fun aspect of it for sure. Just learning your way around and figuring things out on your own for once.
Sounds like quite the transition.
Oh, it is, yeah. I mean, it play a unique position, kind of asked to do everything, so definitely.
Is the transition bigger than going from high school to college? I mean, some say leaving home and going to college is the biggest transition you'll ever make as a person. Is it even bigger when you're transitioning from college to being a professional football player?
I would say off the field for sure. On the field, like I said, such a unique position. Not a lot of guys block in high school when they play tight end. It's kind of all flexed out. Playing in a pro-style offense under Coach Sark, it was more, hand in the dirt than I probably had been doing. But off the field, paying your own rent, got to take care of yourself as opposed to being in dorms or, having stipends every month. So
yeah, it is. It's a big transition for sure. It's interesting what you just said about blocking. There are a lot of people that are watching you practice each day that are saying, hey, man, look at Gunnar. He's a good blocker. Did you know that you were this good of a blocker?
Yeah, I try to tell people, but I mean, the last season probably didn't help me, didn't back me up. I think I relied so much on the fact that I needed to work on becoming a, seam stretcher and having my presence in the passing game that I think the blocking kind of took a back seat. But the misconception is that, I was our starting Y for 3 years, including my freshman season at Texas. So a lot under my belt, played against a lot of really good teams, played a lot of football in college with my hand in the dirt, blocking the front side of power and gap scheme and zone. So
you talked about all that experience you had at Texas. You caught 0 passes as a freshman.
0.
5 as a sophomore.
That's right.
14 as a junior. So you have 19 catches in 3 years of college football. 60 as a senior. What happened?
Got my shot. I mean, to say the least. But, just continuing to take a step forward, trusting the process. I'd always get told by Coach Banks, Coach Mike Bamonte, and Coach Sark, just trust the process. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. Leaving never really crossed my mind at all. I know that there's no, so to say, get-rich-quick scheme. So, the development aspect was just part of my process. Obviously, with the new era of college football, you're expected to come in and play. I don't think they expected me to come in and play right away, but like I said, got my shot my freshman year, did what I did in the run game, tried to help out wherever I could. And then for 2 seasons, I was behind a really good tight end, Jatavian Sanders, who's up in Carolina now. Learned a lot from him. I think he learned a lot from me. We kind of complemented each other well. And then, had a meeting with my tight ends coach going into my senior season. I said, look, I want to play in the NFL. I have these tools. What do I need to improve on? How can I be our starting tight end? How can I, so to say, help this team win football games in the SEC? And he just kind of laid it straight up for me. He said, you need to work on your speed. You need to work on your get off. You need to master the Y receiving tree. And you need to be a vertical seam stretcher. So took that, went straight down to my strength coach, kind of had the same conversation with him. You need to get stronger in your lower body. Your upper body lacks strength. You got to do this. You got to work on your vert. You got to do that. You got to do this. So really created a plan off the field, on the field. And, worked at it throughout the summer and then hit the ground running when game 1 came around.
I guess so. A great year. I was privileged to call a couple of those games, including the win against Clemson in Austin last year in the first round, which I know was certainly a special moment for you. So then the season ends. So you've gone through this process. You've asked everybody, how can I get better? What did you do when the season ended, and who did you talk to and say, what do I need to do next in order to get drafted?
Jeremy Holt and my agent, Jack Becta. He set it up real nice for us down here throughout the training process. Jeremy Holt, my trainer here, has had guys like, George Kittle, Sam Laporta, Jake Ferguson, Tucker Kraft, Dan Bellinger. So pretty good pedigree when you talk about the tight end position. They have it down to a science. And then we had guys like Jordan Matthews come in and really teach us football, kind of raise our IQ. So, we had kind of all aspects of the tight end game kind of broken down while we were training. And that was such a big pull and such a big deal for me coming down here.
And that program is based in Nashville?
It is, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Lipscomb High School.
Yeah. So you're over at Lipscomb Academy working out in Nashville, and no one knows, including yourself, that you're about to live in Nashville.
Yeah, it was pretty unbelievable. But it was so great. When I got drafted here, I already had, the person I go to get IVs, all my recovery things. I knew about the area that I was living in. So, it just checked all the boxes.
And you even got a dog while you were training here.
I did, yeah.
What kind?
Golden Doodle.
Named?
Daryl.
And Daryl is your right-hand man these days.
Oh, yeah, he is. He really is.
And you got to share the good news to Daryl after you got drafted that you weren't leaving. That you were staying in Nashville.
I told him he's going back home. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a big responsibility as an adult, getting a dog.
Yeah, especially while you're training. Super impulsive decision. Didn't tell my agent. Had a tough phone call. Some may say probably poor judgment on my part, but it's the best, worst decision I ever made.
Oh, I think it's the best. I think it's great you did it.
Funny story, actually. So, didn't tell my parents. Drove out with someone I was training with. He's with the Dolphins now, Jalen Conyers, another tight end. We both got brothers. Didn't tell our agents. Had to move into an Airbnb. And then told my parents. Parents told me, worst decision, blah, blah, blah. Now he's living, at my house in Denver while I'm training for Pro Day. My mom gets so attached to him that when it was time for him to come back here, I think she cried for like 3 days, man. Like she did not want to let go of him at all.
No longer thinks it's the worst decision.
I was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. He's coming to pick him up. He's driving to Nashville. And she was like, what do you mean? What do you mean he's coming to Nashville? I was like, yeah, he's my dog.
Right.
I'm going to bring him to where I live. And she's like, okay, are you sure? And then, trying to convince me, like, why don't you just start over? I'm like, no. I got lucky with this one. I'm keeping this one.
That's awesome. You just referenced that your parents live in Denver. You are from Denver. You went to Cherry Creek High School.
That's right.
Who would ever know after you get drafted by the Tennessee Titans that you're going to make your professional debut in Denver?
Oh, yeah.
And the guy in the booth next to me, the Titans radio booth, is right next to the Broncos radio booth.
Head coach.
Their play-by-play guy is Dave Logan, and he was?
My head coach in high school.
How wild is that?
Small world,
that is
isn't it?
how you made your debut in the National Football League.
Yeah, draft night, we had, it was like the potential, or not potential, it was the opponents for the Titans that season. Yeah. And I was like, hey, I'm playing in Denver. Everyone was like, oh, that's great, it's great. And then just so happened a couple weeks later when the schedule came out, game one, I was like, wow, this is really full circle.
That is incredible that's how it turned out. What is it like being a Tennessee Titan, Gunner?
The first thing that comes to mind is just a tremendous honor, just to, wear the two-tone blue. Truly not a day goes by where I take it for granted. I may be pretty mellow when I'm in the facility. That's just kind of how people know me, but it's just sometimes, I dang near pinch myself just being in this building. It's wild, man. It's completely wild living your dream. I wouldn't give it up for the world.
You've had some big moments, scored a touchdown in the National Football League. Cam Ward has found you a lot recently. You talked about the improvement you made as a senior that led to those 60 catches as a senior in college. How would you compare the improvement you made as a senior in college to the improvement you've made as a rookie in the NFL?
Being just a complete player is obviously what you want at the tight end position. Somebody that can block, like I said, the front side of power, the zone game, the gap game. And Luke Stalker has completely broken that down for me. He's completely slowed the game down for me, doing it at such a high level for such a long time, like he did. Everything he says, you better be listening, you better write it down. So I've made that kind of an emphasis, writing that down. And then, obviously just coming in with a franchise quarterback is so huge, and having him as in your same draft class. We got such a strong bond and chemistry off the field that it really translates to on the field. He knows where I'm going to be. I know where he's going to put the football. So working at it when we first came in, we come in late, or we come in early, stay late, and that's just how it was at Miami for him, and that's exactly how I want it to be here. We really want a winning culture here. We want to win for this city. That's our job. So anything that we can do on or off the field, that's what Cam and I are going to do.
You mentioned Luke Stocker. He played in the NFL for a long time as a tight end, played for the Tennessee Vols, so he has a lot of fans around this area. And I know I've watched you in practice. I mean, you think that this guy's had a huge impact on your growth this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know he has. Absolutely. I mean, when I came in, from where I was, my first day of OTAs when we were at the Vets to where I am now, it's just night and day. He's just allowed me to play, free, allowed me to play with so much confidence. Like I said, slow the game down, teach me things not only in the run blocking game, but just, the receiving game too.
What would you want all Titans fans to know about their quarterback, Cam Ward?
He's a competitor. He hates losing more than he likes winning. He wants, obviously, he's part of what I think is a very special rookie class. And, our job, our goal is to get it turned around and, be what the Titans were 5 years ago.
The last couple of years, you've been on a big-time winner that had a chance to win a national championship. How badly do you want to win?
Yeah. Like I said about Cam, I mean, I hate losing more than I like winning. I truly do. That's just the competitor in me. That's how I've always been. But, I went into I would say, pretty broken Texas culture as a freshman and helped turn it around to Coach Sark's vision. Became a lot more player-led. Was on the leadership council. So that's exactly what I plan to do here. From being a young player in the National Football League, kind of getting my confidence up, kind of establishing myself in this league and ultimately helping turn this team's culture around.
Let's finish with some fun rapid-fire questions.
Sure.
Best meal you've ever had?
Man, that's so tough. There's a place here, V Modern Italian. That's a good one, truly. Yeah, it might be up there.
Wow.
It's real, yeah.
What'd you get?
The vodka pasta is really good. Sourdough pizza is really good. Rigatoni bolognese, really good. Everything there is good.
So you've gone through the menu.
Yeah. No, I go there once a week, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm there.
Best Christmas movie of all time?
Polar Express.
I mean, didn't hesitate.
Yeah, no, it's
wow.
It's the first one.
First one.
Or Home Alone, one of those two.
Watch it all the time, Polar Express?
Yeah, right. I mean, probably Thanksgiving night. Probably.
Got it.
Go through
Get through the rotation.
It's a good little gauntlet there.
Who do you hate more, the Aggies, or the Sooners?
Nope, Aggies.
Didn't even let me say Sooners.
Aggies.
Hate the Aggies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoyed beating them in College Station last year, huh?
Yeah, they enjoyed it too.
It was nice. You didn't get to play them for a long time and got to go do that.
Yep.
I love it. Best sports moment of your life, Gunnar?
Oh, man.
It can be as a player or as a fan.
Fourth and 13, Arizona State got checked into a protection.
I know this play.
Yeah. Didn't see Quinn throw it, just saw the ball kind of appear over my head, looked down, saw Matt there, right there in the end zone, and it was just the biggest sigh of relief of all time. I mean, that's what initially pops in my head. I mean, you could say, clinching SEC championship, beating the brakes off the Aggies in College Station, beating the brakes off OU twice. No touchdowns since 23. Yeah, there's a lot.
But we're going Texas ASU in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
That's your answer.
First one that pops in my mind.
Last one, I need you to finish this sentence for me, okay? The Titans are turning this around because?
A newfound culture, young guys, experience, hunger.
I love it. Tighten up.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Gunnar.
That's right.
Hey, football fans, satisfy your halftime hunger with Snickers, and you could win sweet prizes this NFL season. Visit snickers.com/halftime to enter and view the official rules. Pick up Snickers at a Kroger near you. When you bring Hellman's Creamy Buffalo Chicken Dip to the watch party, you can cheer too loud, or block the TV, or be a couch coach, and no one will eject you from the game. That's a Hail Mayo. Hellman's, the official mayo of the Tennessee Titans.
Hey Titans fans, with a Kroger Boost membership, you'll score big with double fuel points, free delivery, and lots more. Go to Kroger.com/boost for details. Kroger, the official grocer of the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up.
Now back to the OTP. All right, after that stimulating conversation, it is now time for a cookie break, brought to you by Christie Cookies. They sent us this Happy Thanksgiving tin because 'tis the season. It is almost Thanksgiving time. And what says, hey, I'm thankful, like some cookies, you know?
I love it.
Oh, okay. So we have a grab bag in here. I've got chocolate chip and I've got oatmeal raisin. I will be having oatmeal raisin. Do you have a preference?
I'll do the chocolate chip.
All right. There you go, TZ. These are Christie Cookies' greatest cookies. If you need them for any holiday, we've been pushing the Christmas thing, but it's not just Christmas, you
It's
guys.
Thanksgiving, too.
Happy Thanksgiving. Send it to your boss. You know what bosses like? Thanksgiving gifts. Because nobody does that. So there you go. If you want some, ChristieCookie.com. They can help you out with all of your gifts, personal or corporate.
Do we have a
but
favorite?
definitely corporate.
Do we have a favorite Thanksgiving movie? Because we just, talked to Gunnar about favorite Christmas movies, and he was so quick to say Polar Express. Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving movie?
Well, you have to watch a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving every year, no matter what. And my parents recorded it off the TV in like the mid 80s on a VHS. And so we roll out the old VCR and we watch the VHS tape with Charlie Brown Thanksgiving on it. And then right after it ends, the next thing on the tape is The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. So then, boom.
That's really special that y'all do
kicks
that.
off the celebration, and I could sing probably every jingle that played in Johnstown, Pennsylvania on TV in 1984 because we watched the same VHS every year. So there you go. But other than that, what Thanksgiving movies even exist? I couldn't name one.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles takes place like over Thanksgiving, and Steve Martin is basically is racing to try to get back to the family for Thanksgiving.
Okay. That's one. That's a good one.
The Sin of a Woman is a great movie. Al Pacino won an Academy Award for it, and it takes place over Thanksgiving. They go to, I think, his brother's house during Thanksgiving. There's a few, but yeah, you're right. It's not like Christmas where there's this laundry list,
Right. Yeah. Okay, what about Thanksgiving food? Number one food you have to have. And you can only pick one.
Dressing.
Okay, that's a solid one.
Yeah, now, you made me only pick one. I mean, I have to have gravy and cranberry on the dressing.
On it?
Oh, yeah.
Cranberry?
Yes, ma'am.
On top?
The leftover sandwich with a pressed panini.
That sounds really good.
The next day, turkey, dressing. I imagine, by the way, I didn't say stuffing. I'm from the South.
Right.
Dressing with some gravy poured on it and some cranberry and the turkey pressed with the panini. My word.
I'm going to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I've ever had cranberry. It's one of those like obligatory things that my mom, and I love cranberries, the berry, the flavoring, all of that. But she always just kind of like slops out the can thing and sets it there as like a conversation starter to where it still has like the can ridges on it. And it just kind of is like a conversation starter.
I see.
But no one actually interacts with it.
Yeah.
Maybe we change that this year.
You should. My brother makes this incredible pineapple casserole. Some people question it. It's really good. I don't like to give him any credit, but I'll give him credit here.
Okay.
So that's really good too. But no, I would. The leftover Thanksgiving sandwich.
Fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Everybody in my house, wakes up at 4 a.m. to go shop the day after Christmas or day after Thanksgiving. I get ready.
You just eat the sandwich.
I just eat the sandwich.
I respect that. I really do.
Titans fans, SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of Tighten Up and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Titans games or to any live event in Nashville, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Tennessee Titans. Home is at the forefront of all we do. It's why we're so committed to caring for the places and spaces in which we work and live. Ashley, the official furniture provider of the Tennessee Titans. Genesis is the first and only official jeweler of the Titans, having earned that title since 2006. Titans players, coaches, and fans trust Genesis for the absolute best in selection, quality, customer service, and of course, value. For diamonds, engagement rings, designer fashion jewelry, and the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in Tennessee, Genesis is the hands-down winner. Genesis Diamonds in Green Hills and Cool Springs, the official jeweler of the Tennessee Titans.
It is now time for the Little Caesars Real Deal matchup of the game with our very own Keith Bulluck.
Here's the deal. The matchup I'm looking forward to see this weekend is the Titans defensive line against Sam Darnold. The Rams defense forced Sam Darnold to throw 4 interceptions last week. You know why? Because they had pressure on him all day. Last week, the Titans defensive line had 17 pressures and 4 sacks. Not just by one person or 2 people, it was by committee. Looking forward to that Titans D-line to get after the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold this weekend at Nissan Stadium.
Titans fans, get 15% off of your Little Caesars order of $15 or more at participating stores using code Titans15 at checkout. That excludes taxes and other fees, of course. Pizza. All right, before we get to Thanksgiving, we got to get through the Seahawks here.
Okay,
Let's talk about them a little bit.
let's do it.
And who sticks out to you in terms of what they are able to do and why they've been so successful this season?
Man, I know Sam Darnold well. We were together when I was doing some preseason games for the Panthers, and he was playing there. And he is just an unbelievable guy. And happy for all of his success. I would not like to see some of it this week. He did throw 4 interceptions last week against the Los Angeles Rams, and that's because the Rams got some pressure on him. The Titans are going to have to do that too, because if you give this guy time, he's having really last year with the Vikings, but this year with Seattle. I mean, this guy in his 8th year in the NFL is playing his best ball. He has turned into an elite quarterback, and I'm very happy for him because it didn't go well with New York. It didn't go well with the Panthers. He's a backup with the 49ers, and you're just thinking, okay, Sam Darnold's a backup, and now he is a legitimate top-tier quarterback. So I'll love to play golf with Sam in the offseason and wish him well, but I hope he loses this Sunday. Sam is finding this guy named Jackson Smith in Jigba, who is a third-year player out of Ohio State, and this year he has 72 catches for 1,146 yards.
Wild.
That's crazy.
Wild.
How prolific of a year he's having. The guy that used to catch all the footballs in the NFL is Cooper Kupp. He's now on the Seahawks. With the Rams, he was doing that. And now he's a complementary player to Smith and Jigba. But that's the big thing, Amie, is you got to get pressure on Sam Darnold. Otherwise, Darnold's going to look for number 11, Jackson Smith and Jigba, over and over and over again. So we need Arden Key and Jeff Simmons and Tavondre Sweat and the rest of our guys, Sebastian Joseph Day, to be in the backfield, get some pressure on Sam.
Speaking of pressure, the Seahawks defense has the 4th highest pressure rate in the NFL. So we're going from one great defense to another great defense. Another big challenge for the Titans this week.
Yeah, and they are getting really good pressure, and they're also they're playing complementary football. They're very good against the pass, and they're very good against the run. Now, and a lot of it's interesting because Mike McDaniel is the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks is Mike McDonald. And
nobody can keep that straight.
Yeah, McDonald. Do you know that they had won 7 consecutive road games before this last week against LA? They've only lost 2 road games. This is his 2nd year, and they've only lost 2 road games in his time there.
Whoa.
The last 2 years. They're way better on the road than they are at home. So, and they also are very good at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So
Right.
A lot of these teams have a hard time coming over here when they're playing West Coast teams, that is. But, this is going to be a big test for the Titans on Sunday with Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba and a really solid defense in every phase. I don't think that we'll play a lot of teams this year already have. Like last year, where you have these last week rather, we have these 2 great pass rushers. The rest of the Texans defense, those are the highlights. Those 2 guys. This Seattle defense is just filled with a really good first-team defense. So, but on the offensive side, they do have some stars at quarterback and wide receiver. So this will be a big test for the Titans. But I'm telling you, Amie, against teams that have good records, we've seen the Titans compete, and we've seen them fight for 60 minutes, and I'm telling you, they're going to ruin somebody's Thanksgiving, and then they're going to ruin somebody's Christmas, and I'm excited to watch it.
I can't wait. The Titans take on the Seattle Seahawks at Nissan Stadium this Sunday. Kickoff for that game is at noon, and Titans Countdown is on the air at 11 a.m., so
yes,
you
ma'am.
don't want to miss that either. Check it out on your local Titans radio station, wherever you get Titans radio. And then this guy, Taylor Zarzour, and Coach Mack, and Rhett Bryan, and myself.
That's right.
And
Don't forget about you.
And our whole crew. We will be on the air at noon, bringing you all the action of that game. So you definitely don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great time. If you were thinking about coming out to Nissan Stadium, do it. It's going to be a beautiful day. I think that's it. What's the other thing? Oh, I remember the other thing. It's My Cause My Cleats week.
Yes, it is.
So Titans players are going to be wearing cleats that they had specially designed to support causes that are near and dear to their hearts. So be sure to check that out. We are going to have tons of coverage on TitansOnline.com and also on Titans All Access. So if you haven't caught Titans All Access and you're listening to this in a couple days, it's Friday and Saturday. Check your local listings, Titans All Access. We're going to have a ton of coverage of the My Cause My Cleats game, and we're going to talk to a local Nashville artist who designed a lot of the shoes the players will be wearing. Talk to Dike about his it's not his foundation, the foundation that's on his cleats, and why it's so special and important to him. So a lot of good stuff there. So Titans All Access, if you haven't checked it out, do so, because there's a lot of good stuff there, and also TitansOnline.com. And then look for those cleats on the field, because it's just such a fun time. There's so much creativity that we get to see, just stunning artwork in such a cool place. And then also the causes that players care about is just a very, very cool thing.
Yes,
so
it is.
Watch for that. And I think that's all of our housekeeping. Do you have anything else to add?
I'm excited to go to the new Nissan Stadium, weather permitting,
Yes.
on Friday. I'll be very close to it at the very least, as we have this ceremony called the topping off ceremony, as the ring beam has been installed. And there's this marker where you're going to basically raise the beam at new Nissan Stadium. So the commissioner of the National Football League, Roger Goodell, will be in town for that. That's exciting. The new stadium. That's
like a major landmark.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, and so it's very exciting that is something that we're going to be able to celebrate. And TZ, I know you're a big part of that, so it's going to be just a great day. And what an accomplishment to get this stadium that far, and it just means that there's more on the horizon. And I cannot wait to get in that new stadium. We have a ways to go, but it's close.
It's close.
It's close. Oh, man. All right. So for Taylor Zarzour, I'm Amie Wells. Thanks for listening to the OTP.